Welcome to WDD's HotSpot. I'm Mike Luciano, Associate Editor, and in this week's episode, we have the DrownProof swimming pool, NASA testing wireless sensor networks for space, and vertical wind turbines saving the lives of birds. Every year, there are hundreds of drownings that occur in the United States, many of which happen to young children in swimming pools of varying depths. The question of whether this can truly be preventable in pool environments has been pondered by engineer Antonio Ibanez, who has obsessed over saving children's lives from drowning. Mr. Ibanez's aspirations prompted him to develop a swimming pool with drowning-proof qualities that can be broken down into three functional components. His desire to develop a swimming environment where you don't have to worry about drowning upon venturing into the water prompted Mr. Ibanez to develop a swimming pool that has what can only be described as an intelligent floor. Upon feeling a sustained weight, the swimming pool's floor rapidly ascends vertically and can reduce water depth from several feet to practically nothing. This can save lives in scenarios for people of all ages, from young toddlers to adults. The second component Mr. Ibanez created is a saltless water that is so dense the liquid prevents bodies from sinking. Even if someone falls in the water face down, the air pressure within the rib cage makes the body turn over, preventing the individual from swallowing water. Lastly, Ibanez developed a sort of stamp that is applied to the back of a swimmer's neck. This accessory acts like an app to monitor the length of time a swimmer is underwater and determines when the device kicks in.
On November 12th, NASA launched the Technology Educational Satellite. Shortened to the TechEdSat-6, the design is part of a continuing series to demo three key areas: the exobrake parachute, advanced communications, and wireless sensor networks. On November 20th, the satellite was released into low Earth orbit from the NanoRacks platform. There, it will undergo wireless sensor experiments. This series of tests will be the first that are self-powered, which aims to expand the capabilities of future sensor networks. In order to demo a controlled re-entry of small spacecraft, the team fitted the satellite with an updated version of the exobrake. This is the fourth TechEdSat to use the parachute device to safely return science instruments back to Earth. The shape of the exobrake reduces drag by varying its shape. If all goes as planned, the upgrade will showcase a low-cost, propellantless method of quickly returning small payloads and to precise locations for easy retrieval.
Though wind power is quite popular in Europe and other parts of the world, it only accounts for 5% of electricity generation in the US. Part of the reason this energy source hasn't really taken off here are complaints of noise and the deaths of hundreds of thousands of birds and bats each year that fly into the turbine blades. It also doesn't help that states like Vermont and California have passed legislation that limit the amount of sound new wind farms can produce. However, there's still hope for wind energy. Stanford University researchers recently conducted a poll in California to see how residents would feel about vertical access wind turbines, and the results revealed that they are more receptive. Vertical access wind turbines aren't a new technology, but have been less prominent because of concerns that they produce less energy per unit and are less reliable. But they operate at slower speeds and at a lower height, so they would have less of an impact, literally, on birds and bats. Vertical access turbines are also quieter and have a smaller stature than traditional horizontal access turbines, at 30 feet high compared to 300 feet. Their smaller size would allow them to be used in urban settings. Poll respondents who value action on climate change were more likely to support vertical access turbines being integrated into urban settings. That's all for this week's episode. Be sure to check in on Facebook and Twitter and catch past episodes on wirelessdesignmag.com. For the WDD channel, I'm Jennifer Hooker. Thanks for watching.